So the opening weekend ratings are in. Doctor Who. Shall we see what they are? Yeah, okay, so this is going to be a Radio Times article. It's the first time I've done one on Radio Times. So, well, we'll see what it says. But there's a few headlines I wanted to talk about before we get into it, okay? So I'm going to bring this up. And let's bring it up so I'm big, right? Yeah, okay. Try and get myself on the screen as much as possible. So yeah, this is the home screen for Radio Times, obviously, and I'm looking at this and I'm laughing. Because here we have Ncuti Gatwa says new Doctor Who will address race. You can't ignore my chocolateness. Well, I think I've just been put off chocolate. I like chocolate. We all like chocolate, but with someone like Ncuti saying that, I've gone off it. And also, Doctor Who fans are loving Jinkx Monsoon's bonkers villain. They're loving it, are they? Yeah, we'll see how much they love it. I believe these are for the Disney side of the release. So let's I'll come back to that in a minute because you're gonna laugh as well, guys. So yeah, let's open up the article that in question for today's video. Yes, here we go. Doctor Who ratings revealed for season 14 launch after early iPlayer debut. And the interesting thing is they're calling it season 14, not season 1. So yeah, season 14 is the first to launch early on BBC iPlayer. So I'm guessing that for us in the UK it's season 14, but for anyone watching it on Disney or Disney related sites or streamers is gonna be season 1. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, you may like Doctor Who confirms return date. New episodes will debut on iPlayer first. Ooh, Doctor Who Wild Blue Yonder ratings revealed. Ooh, is that the full ratings? Might have to do a video on that. Might have to do a video on that. But yeah. Jeez. So this is called this image from BBC Studios and Bad Wolf James Pardon. Article by Louise Griffin, published Sunday, 12th May 2024 at 11:37 this morning. The overnightings. The overnight ratings for Doctor Who season 14 launch episode Space Babies and the Devil's Cord have been revealed. It's not even been the weekend yet. It's not even 2 days. At this point, it's been 24 hours, right? Oh, as Ncuti Gatwa truly takes over the keys to the TARDIS. Space Babies, the first episode, was watched by 2.6 million viewers. Fair enough. Out of the two, that's probably the better episode. But I can't judge it that way because they were both terrible. The Devil's Cord, the second, having sorry, an overnight audience of 2.4. So you somehow managed to lose 200,000 viewers between episodes, and they were both dropped at the same time for the first time ever for BBC, by the way. That's a Disney thing. So Disney are the ones that like to drop 2 episodes because it gets them higher up on the Nelson's chart. Supposedly, trying to get higher up on the Nelson's chart. You lost 200,000 people watching it. They must have all been out touching grass, right? Ncuti, or eating their chocolate before you release that article where you say that your chocolateness. So if it was only watched by 2.6 to 2.4 million people, then the previous statement where they say Doctor Who fans are loving Jinkx Monsoon's bonkers villain. Yeah, how can they be loving it? They're not watching it. So how are the fans loving this guy when they're not watching it? You can see that they're not interested in the show anymore. And even here's right, my videos that I posted of my initial reviews, they weren't particularly informative reviews because I watched it early in the morning here in the UK, so I didn't want to spoil it for anyone that wanted to enjoy it. So yeah, 200,000 people, 200,000 viewers. Where are the fans that you're concerned about? Where are the fans that love Jinkx Monsoon's Maestro character? Where are they? So while the overnight figures are, I don't know, for some reason it just switched to a different screen. While overnight figures are close to the lowest ever for the show, with Legend of the Sea Devils only securing an overnight audience of 2.2. So it's very close. I mean, that lower number, 2.6 million, is close enough to 2.2 on its own, but the fact that you got 2.4 after that, it's not good. I mean, you're probably gonna lose maybe another 0.5 million, so you're gonna probably lose another 500,000 this week for the next episode. I hope episode 3 is released soon. I think the interesting thing is, is it episode 3 that they're going to the 70s? It's like, why? You've just been to the 60s. Do something in the future again. Keep going backwards and forwards. You're a time traveler. What's so fascinating about the 70s? Especially in the UK. All right, so I didn't sleep well last night. I was up late and I'm tired. I'm yawning. I was actually waiting for my new phone to arrive. This little baby is much better than my old S10. So now, because that's what I had before, I had an S10, which is an obsolete model. And luckily, on Friday, I applied for an upgrade. And on Saturday, I got approved. And then today, I got delivery. So yeah, I have unfortunately, it is a base model. It's the Galaxy 23 FE. They said fan edition. Ooh. But yeah, let's get back to the article. The Legend of the Sea Devils only. Yeah. It's not the whole story. And my phone just made. No, I just haven't gotten around to. wish Samsung would get rid of Bixby. It's annoying. Right. Let's mute the sound. Sorry about this, guys. But yeah, it's not the whole story. It doesn't include viewers who watched on BBC iPlayer. So yeah, it's just who watched it on Disney. I mean, the BBC can't hide the viewer numbers for Disney. They can only choose to withhold their own. And considering the fact that the Devil's Cord and Space Babies were the first two episodes to release on Disney, I think the specials did, didn't they? The specials were released, but it's a different story with them. But with the Legends of the Sea Devils, which is a Jodie Whittaker episode, I believe, grossing 2.2 million in 2022. Well, that's before Disney got involved, so that's 2.2 million in the UK versus 2.6 to 2.4 million in at least the US. I mean, you're talking about a country that is by population a lot larger than the UK. So yeah, that number is significantly low compared to the 2.2 million in the UK. 2.2 million in the UK is probably a fairly high number population wise, whereas 2.6 to 2.4 either in the US or globally. Bear in mind, that's just insane. It's absolutely insane. I think also the fact that it came out at midnight on Saturday, for us in the UK, as far as I'm aware. Whereas with Doctor Who in the UK, we've always been used to it being released at about 6 o'clock, 6 to 6:30 on BBC Two on a Sunday. It was always been a Sunday thing. Like you'd have your dinner, and then you'd sit down and you'd watch Doctor Who. Right? It's like a family thing. You'd get the family together, you'd all sit down and you'd watch Doctor Who. That's what it used to be like. But now, no one's interested. Uh, Who will be more significant than ever due to it this season being on the first debut early on iPlayer. Yeah, but it didn't, did it? Early, midnight. No one's going to stay up to watch this shit until midnight. Sorry, I swore. Oh well. Although technically saying that word is not swearing. It's profanity, but it's not swearing. Figures are also likely to have been affected by good weather in the UK because everyone was out touching grass, weren't they, Ncuti? They weren't watching your less than mediocre acting, were they? You weren't watching. They weren't watching the wokeness that is now Doctor Who. So yeah, season 14 of Doctor Who marks many firsts. It's the first to launch with a double bill. Yeah, that's a Disney thing. With the first two episodes being available at once. Well, of course, it's a double bill. You don't have to explain what a double bill is to people, do you? I mean, we're not that stupid. And it's the first to debut episodes early on iPlayer before airing them on BBC one later that day. So I'm guessing that they would have aired it later in the day on the BBC. So, I mean, this. I mean, obviously, these numbers they are not the BBC numbers. This is either the US or global. It's also the first season after the BBC's deal with Disney, meaning episodes are being transmitted globally at the same time for the first time ever. So yeah, so it is literally global. It's not the US. It's not. So it's 2.4 to 2.6 million people tuned in to watch this crap globally. How many billions? Yes. Yeah. So that was first episode. The Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road, was streamed a whopping 10.1 million times on BBC iPlayer, setting a new record according to the BBC. Well, yeah, it's got to have something to do with the fact that it was on Disney, right? I think it was available on Disney Plus at the same time. That's particular special, right? Because that's essentially that was the pilot episode for the new series. A lot of Christmas specials usually were the pilot episode for the new seasons, but people seem to have forgotten that nowadays. Space Babies, the first episode of Gatwa's first full season, saw the Doctor and companion Ruby Sunday adventure into the distant future. Yeah, but before they went to the future, they went into the past, trod on a butterfly, and Ruby changed into some sort of reptilian bug creature, and then Ncuti blew life into the butterfly, and she turned back into the lovely Millie Gibson again. Arriving on a baby farm run by babies with a bogey monster. Yes, bogey, not boogie, bogey monster lurking on the lower decks. It was literally a monster made out of bogies that was ripping off the Alien franchise. But because it's got to do with Disney now, it's not going to be ripping it off because they will be allowed to do that sort of thing, right? The Devil's Cord guest starred Jinkx Monsoon as new villain Maestro, and saw the Doctor and Ruby take a trip back in time, back to the 60s, to meet the Beatles and save humanity from the terrifying God of Music. So now he's going to be calling himself the God of Music because he was in Doctor Who. Well done, Russell. Next week we see Stephen Moffat's return with his 10th episode, Boom. That'll be interesting because we'll see what that's like. So Doctor Who continues next Saturday, 18th of May on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. Previous seasons are available to stream on iPlayer. They're actually advertising BBC iPlayer. Check out more of our sci-fi coverage or visit our TV guide. Yeah, that's Radio Times promoting themselves. But yeah. Right. Oh, I want to take a look at this quickly. The Wild Blue Yonder ratings revealed. Are they the full ratings published on the 3rd of December? No, they're not going to be the full ratings. That's a shame because we don't know what the full ratings are for the other two specials. We know what they are 10 million for the Ncuti Gatwa special, the Church on Ruby Road, but we can't see. I don't know why this is so dark. There's a light on the camera. It's not doing much for some reason. I think maybe the light behind me is too bright. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny because I was expecting some backlash on my previous two videos of reviewing Doctor Who's first two episodes, and I haven't had anything. I've had one person say something about it, but nothing. No trolls. Where are you guys? Well, you're not watching Doctor Who because you're not defending Ncuti Gatwa anymore, right? So, okie doke. Right. That's about it, I think, guys. Yeah. I'm sipping my coffee, my dirty cup, not clean. It's cleaner on the inside. So yeah, we're going to call it there, guys. And thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Just hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out. And subscribe if you haven't already. And do please take care, stay safe, and may the Schwartz be with you.